Custer, nickel.
And today on the phone, a very good friend of mine, man, rapper, producer, philanthropist, activist, Mr. David Banner. What's up, Dave?
Yo, what's happening, man?
Man, thank you, dog, for coming on to the show. This is Barbershop Talk Like This. A couple of things we do to start our show off, Dave. Just so you know, we do like to thank God for waking us up this morning, allowing each and every last one of us to be here and continuing to bless everybody and their families, God. And normally we have shots, but today we don't have shots. So we're gonna jump right into this, man. Dave, I want to tell you, man, brother. I met a lot of people in this industry, and by far, bro, you are one of the realest people I have ever met in this industry at all. You always keep it 100. You always got positive energy, man. You never act funny,
Yeah.
man. I really appreciate that about you.
Oh man, I'll tell you, there's actually a story to that, man. One of the things that I keep in my heart is how people used to act when they used to come to Mississippi.
Right.
Like when artists used to come to Mississippi, bro, they used to act like we was dirty, bro. Like they wouldn't come out of VIP. They wouldn't come and touch and hold the kids.
Right.
Like I always took that into consideration. And it's funny, I was telling somebody once, bro, that like I look at the movie Captain America, and I don't know if y'all remember the scene where he asked the doctor, like, I'm the smallest dude in the army. Why would you bestow this power on me?
Right.
And he said, because you know how it feels to be on the other end of the sword.
Right.
So when I give you the sword, you'll always remember how people treated you when you was helpless and defenseless. So with me coming from Mississippi and all of the stereotypes that they have about our people and the way that people have historically treated Africans in Mississippi, I said that I would always try, as much as I can. We all have our days when we feeling ourselves a little bit. And on them days, I just stay in the house.
Right.
I ain't trying to
You
deal
don't hit
with
the
it.
studio on them days, man.
No, man, I just because if I hit the studio on them days, I'm gonna talk a whole lot of shit, dog.
Some stuff, yeah, some
Still
stuff.
like that side, Dave. Don't trip. I remember that side too.
No, man, but I even give you an example, man. That was one of the reasons why I didn't wear, except when I had Studying as a Habit, that video.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ever wear jewelry because I remember I used to be the dude that used to scheme on other folks' jewelry.
Right.
So I know how it felt, man, when people come to the hood and you hungry and you ain't got nothing to eat. Because a lot of times we try to put us being the way that we are. Just they try to say that we just ratchet. No, it ain't that, dude. There could be some dudes that you really like and respect, but you hungry and your daughter at home crying, and they come through and they shining, and you like, man. Like that's what the ghetto always was. They set it up on an experiment. If you put any animal in a confined place with limited resources, God put it in us to survive.
Right.
And you know what that usually means. You
Right.
feel me? So I just try to be that way in general, Trey.
Right.
That's what's up. That's what's up, Dave. You done with your fast yet?
Nah, I'm still on my fast.
How long of a fast you doing?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna see how long I can do it, bro. I ain't touched no liquor in 2 days.
He said in 2 days.
I'm sort of like a dope fiend on the alcohol, bro. I'm taking it day by day, brother. but I just want to tell y'all, man. I had this theory that you are a slave to anything you can't fast from.
Right.
Anything you can't stop yourself from doing, a person can manipulate you and use that. I used to tell my little cousins when we were on tour,
Mm-hmm.
like I was like, man, if any bad broad can come up to you and they can get around us, get in our rooms, get in our tour bus, that you ain't never saying no to nobody, then all they got to do is send you what you want.
Right.
Then they all up in our business, and that's whether that's the government, whether that's somebody in the hood hating, whoever it may end up being. Anything that you can't fast for, people can use to manipulate you.
Wisdom.
Yeah. That's facts. So you're real big on the HBCUs, right?
Yeah.
So can you give a little intake on your angle on that?
Well, this is what I say, man. It's funny. I just got off Chris Broussard's show talking about the fact that imagine if Zion went to Jackson State,
Right.
or Zion went to Southern, or one of these black universities. If you look at Duke, Duke didn't really have no outside shooting game anyway. So Zion could have went anywhere and probably made it as far as Duke made it. You know,
Right.
in the bracket last year.
Right.
You know, and for me, it disappoints me because we don't know our history, bro. They wouldn't let our grandma and our grandfather on some of these campuses.
Exactly.
It ain't been, like Killer Mike said, it ain't been over 50 years
Right.
since
Right.
these folks been acting crazy.
Right.
So it's like, man,
Shit, that ain't
we
been
go,
over two.
right, black people, we are the only groups of people that send our best kids to our oppressors to work. If you really, really think about it, bro, white folks ain't sending their kids to Harvard to come and work for no black corporations.
Not at all.
We the only, and then we wonder why our people don't move forward. The reason why our people don't move forward is because most black people, and I'm saying most, black people want to be white or want to be around white folks. So we'll spend all this money on getting our children educated, but don't give them a task. Don't
Right.
send them back to their communities.
Yeah, like
You know, if you
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, if you look at all the cities that we from, they got a little China, they got a little Russia. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why is that not a little Africa?
Exactly.
Right. That's crazy.
You know?
If you look at it like that.
So HBCUs are our colleges, but we have to hold the HBCUs to task. If we're gonna send these children and put a movement behind it, then the HBCUs owe our community something, because this is something that they won't tell y'all about the HBCUs. The original, and people don't know, I was one of the biggest student government presidents of all time at Southern.
Oh, wow.
And one of the things I researched when I was in that position was the land grant colleges, the HBCUs, were supposed to be for the sons and daughters of slaves. And what it's really supposed to do is teach you how to be African again. Because they took our God away from us, our culture away from us, our language away from us, and they owe us that. So we have been under that for over 300 years, and we haven't been out of it for more than 100.
Exactly.
So that's what the HBCUs is supposed to be doing, is teaching us how to be black. But they don't. What they do is they get us in there, and then they send us off to Xerox. They send us off to Apple. They don't teach us how to run and create our own business.
Yeah, and that's something that they need to fix. You know, as far as if they want to get more people like Zion and stuff like that to come there, so people could see exactly what's actually going on inside these colleges.
But that's where, because I've said that before, that's where we really need to take a stand. You know what I'm saying? As parents, we need to start sending our kids to more HBCUs. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you look at these big universities, all of they starting fives, all of they football team, you know what I'm saying, are predominantly black. So if you took that same talent and you put it right back into our schools and give our schools that shine, guess what? Now we on TV. Now we getting those TV contracts.
And that school is getting that money too.
They're right. They're getting that
exposure.
money and being able to invest more into their education, man. It's
right. You know, like a lot of people don't even know what Juneteenth is. You know, and like we'll celebrate Cinco de Mayo and all these other independences, but why we don't celebrate our black independence?
Well, we also go ahead.
No, I was gonna say where I'm from, Kansas City. We was always big on Juneteenth celebrations. It was a real big thing every year. So you know, I was blessed to grow up and understand what.
Yeah, out here in California, people don't even they didn't even know that it just passed. You know, like that's crazy.
Well, the thing that I would suggest to people is this: when we look at other people, we assume that they know what we know, and they don't. The truth is, you got to think about it, bro. They wiped out. They are, and I even get this example about when they always tell us to be men. Why don't y'all be men? Be men. Well, who in the fuck will we learn to be a man from?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, they tell us all of these things, bro. Like, we don't know nothing about our history. I'll give you an example. People would tell me, like, David Banner, you so smart. How did you get in tax trouble? I was like, man, I'm a business major. I majored in business in college, and not one time in my whole career in school did anybody ever mention taxes, ever.
And that's crazy.
So, so it's like if we want our children to learn, we got to teach them. That's the reason why I came up with the fist concept with the cartoon on my Instagram that went viral. I'm like, man, if I got to use cartoons, if I got to put it in my music, if I got to create something called a God box to teach people. Trey, I know you knew this. I had one of the top lectures on the lecture circuit 2 years ago, just going around cities and speaking. I'm talking about thousands and thousands of people. And a lot of times people think that folks don't want nothing positive or they don't want it, but y'all don't give them an opportunity. You don't offer it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I go around and teach my people so they won't have the excuse of not knowing.
Yeah. Did you watch When They See Us?
I was actually the host of When They See Us in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a few episodes, but bro, to be honest with you, I don't want to see no more of that, bro.
Yeah.
I don't understand how many times we got to see, and I think it was necessary, and it brought up a lot of conversations, and it put hell under her. But the thing is, bro, we act every time white folks do something crazy, we act like it's the first time it ever happened.
Right. Yeah.
I always ask people, like, it's been the same since Emmett Till, all the way up to the homie that was murdered by some white folks yesterday, innocent people.
Mm-hmm.
Like we the fact that we keep acting like it's a surprise, we take away the opportunity to show the whole entire world that it's a systematic problem.
Yeah. See, I didn't.
We know that this happened in the hood every day.
Every day.
I didn't take it as a surprise. Because I got a son. My son is 7, and I look at it as more informative as something that you should actually watch with your kid. I mean, as long as they're old enough to understand what they're watching, and you can explain to them how people are, I think it's informative for you to watch that with them, so that they know exactly how things are, so they know exactly what to do when they get put in those situations.
I think it is too, but we also have to be careful because I believe that a black man's pain is the world's entertainment. See, it's like a lot of people get mad at me because I don't post, the police beating on us and all that kind of stuff no more.
Yeah.
Because this is the truth. And I know this may sound harsh, but if you're not going to do shit about it, what the fuck you posting it for?
Right.
Because all you doing is showing the world that these crackers out here whooping our ass and you ain't going to do shit about it. Everybody wants everybody to come to their neighborhood, come to their city and fight when you not fighting.
Right.
So we keep showing that we losing and ain't nobody willing to do nothing.
Yeah.
What you end up being, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't talk about the atrocities, but what are you going to do about it? Because really, if you think about it, bro, if I was a white person, if you notice black people, our interest goes as far as white media gives us attention. So as soon as they stop talking about it on TV and radio or on the internet, black folks don't care about it.
Yep.
You name one case. I'm not asking for 2 cases. You name one case from Emmett Till to Mike Brown to anybody else that was innocent and something happened to them in America that black folks saw all the way through to the end.
Exactly.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's crazy. That's
Facts.
crazy.
Okay, so what we end up being is a cheerleader for white supremacy without even knowing it. Because we keep showing these folks, these crackers kicking our ass, these crackers kicking our ass, and we ain't gonna do shit about it. Come on, dude, when we gonna do something? If a black person don't bring you back a dime from your dope, you'll kill his whole family. Come on, man.
Yeah, and most people kind of get scared because they're like, okay, if I do go out here and I do something, then I might get locked up. And so
You might get locked
or
up
killed.
anyway.
Or
Right.
yeah.
Okay, watch this, dog. Watch this, dog. What was Trayvon Martin doing when he got killed?
Walking home.
So you might as well fight because they're killing our black ass anyway. Come on.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
You
Come on.
definitely.
I'd rather die early a man than be 80 years old and be a simp. I'd rather be Tupac than Obama any day. Obama didn't do shit that you could write down on a sheet of paper for black folks. All he showed you how to do is be a black man in control.
Right.
And when I mean in control, to not fight for nothing.
Right.
To not fight for nothing. So you're a coward to me. Trump, as much as I dislike Trump shows you what you could do if you wanted to do. Because Trump get in there and do whatever the hell he want to do. So you mean to tell me the excuse that black folks had about Obama, his hands were tied? Shit.
Yeah.
So,
By what?
Yeah.
White supremacy?
Right. You know, like they were still controlling everything he was doing in there. You know.
Yeah, if you're not gonna do nothing but be a do boy and not say nothing, then that's even worse. I would rather my child fight for something and die than be a get along gang and work every day 9 to 5 and not have no cause. Just do the same thing over and over again. That's a zombie, dude.
Yeah. What you think about this? These abortion laws.
Okay, so that's a great question. Let me tell you this. That's what I've been really building on lately, even more from a financial standpoint, because the laws that they're passing in Georgia is going to maybe cost them billions of dollars. And I was trying to figure out, like, if white boys ain't about nothing else, they're about this dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And then I figured out, if you look at Georgia is a red state, right?
Yeah.
right.
Georgia is a red state, but the heart of Georgia is Atlanta. And what is Atlanta known for the most?
Black people.
Black people and progressive people from all over the world. So what happens is, if the races in Georgia continue to allow Atlanta to grow like it's growing, Atlanta shoots more movies than any place in the world now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the home of movies for the whole entire world, for Marvel, all of these places. But what those white boys know, and I'm talking about the real white boys who racist for real, they'll blow the whole world up before they see black folks happy.
Yeah.
Before they see any other race of people happy. Before they see in any subsection of this culture beside themselves moving forward, they will burn this whole earth down. So you have to think about it. When they're passing abortion laws, what are white people not doing right now?
Having babies.
They're not reproducing.
Yeah. That means so like we're kind of you know taking them out. Like the minority is going to be the majority.
Right. Well, we're not even taking them out. Well, just by us having sex, period, and having babies, bro.
And that's with everybody. That's not even just with ourselves. That's with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Everybody but them.
Right.
So with these abortion laws, these white boys are trying to keep these white women from aborting their babies. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, they want them to reproduce.
If you really think about it, as much as the only reason why we're upset about it is because it affects our culture because of what they do to us. But Marcus Garvey said something that's so powerful. He said, I don't have a problem. I'm paraphrasing. He said, I don't have a problem with white people's racism. I have a problem with black people's lack of racism.
That's deep.
They're trying to make sure their culture's straight. As racist as they are, it's really more about genetic survival than it is anything else.
Yeah.
But see, the sad thing about our people is most of our people don't even know we at war.
At all. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like some people would not watch the news, bro. Like they don't
I tell you something that I hear in the barbershop a lot, and it bothers me. Is a lot of these black dudes, they be like, man, I don't mess with black women no more. I'm done with black women. I'm done with black women. Like I hear that more than anything. And
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it bothers me. I was gonna ask you how do you feel about that?
Well, this is the funny thing about that. I talk about this in my lectures. And by the way, if y'all want to support me, because I get on here and I talk and I forget about what I'm doing, you can go to davidbanner.com, get anything that you need. At the end of July, the David Banner podcast is coming up. Go to Netflix right now. Check out the movie Never Heard.
I just watched it.
Yeah, appreciate it. All right, so to answer your question, this is the sad part. Is, you know how a lot of times black people will say, or some black people will say, whether male or female, because women do it as much as black men do it, we just have to understand that it's more psychological problem than it is a gender problem.
Right.
But the problem is when Africans came over here doing slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were darker than midnight, right?
Right.
So in order for you to get the amount of light-skinned people that you have in America now, what had to happen to those slaves?
Well, they had the master had to be doing something with them, or like
doing what? Say it. Say it out
right?
loud.
Fucking
I've heard
them.
the podcast. Yeah, there you go. I know how
Fucking
y'all
them.
talk. Come on.
the master fucking the shit out of these these African queens.
Right. So more specifically, raping though.
Yeah.
Because we a lot of times we'll say somebody got killed. No, we must keep the pain.
Murder.
They were murdered.
Right.
So
Facts.
in this case, they were raped.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever a person says that a black person isn't light enough, they're basically saying that you don't have enough rape or white blood in you.
That's crazy.
And you saying that your mama don't look good enough. Because this is how deep it is. If you don't want your child to look like you, then what does that say about your self-esteem?
You hate yourself early.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yes. Oh, talk to it. Talk to me.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what I said about them white folks. The white folks are the exact opposite. They are the exact opposite. They will kill you about their daughters and sons.
Yeah, because
they don't want you in there.
Yeah, they don't want us taking over, because if you look at it, if things keep going the way it's going now, as far as like, different races fucking each other and stuff like that, like the white people's going to be, they're going to start to be less of them than it is of the minority.
That's already
So that goes back to the abortion law. They want them to keep reproducing so that they can keep it white.
Yeah.
Right, and the crazy thing about it is that we have to be careful about too. We are the majority on this planet. People of color
Mm-hmm.
are the majority of people, or I should say, the darker hue people, because they really the colors.
Yeah.
Like we the melanated darkness. God came out of the triple stages. God came out of the triple stages of darkness and only created light so it could see itself.
Right.
And if we are made in the image of God, who was the first people on this planet?
Exactly.
Color people.
Africa.
Let's talk about the God Box real quick.
Right.
That's your new album, right?
Yeah. Well, the God Box.
You've been promoting for about a year, right? It's been a little bit.
I've been promoting this for about 4-5 years.
I'm about to say, yeah. I feel like that's been on the pulse for a minute.
Yeah, what's crazy about the God Box, bro, is I knew. See, a lot of times people say that positive music doesn't sell. It's not that positive music doesn't sell. We got to take the emotional aspect out of it.
It's
I'm
not
gonna ask
promoted.
y'all a question.
It's not promoted.
Well, even when it is promoted, watch this. The reason why what people say is dumb music, why it sells more, it's actually mathematics. It's not emotional. Watch this. If a doctor has gone through kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
Doctor went to kindergarten, right?
Right.
So you gotta think. Most music is at a third grade level. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like even the doctor could get with the ratchet music because the doctor went to where?
Kindergarten.
So on every level, people can understand the simple music.
Right.
A lot of times it's not that they don't like it; they're embarrassed and they don't understand it.
Yeah.
And the problem is people don't want to get off their ass and go teach.
Right.
What I knew is that my album was on a 12th grade college level, and I know most people didn't understand what the fuck I was talking about, so I had to get off my ass and go lecture, go city to city, town to town, and teach my people.
Right.
See, that's the problem. A lot of these smart motherfuckers, they went off and left the hood and didn't come back. They went out, they moved out, and then they start talking down on people. I used to tell all my homeboys who used to be like the corner preachers,
Right.
and they said that they was building. I'd be like, nigga, you ain't building. And when I say nigga, I don't mean it in the term of endearment. When I say nigga, I mean the same shit as these white folks do. Nigga ain't a positive word. I say nigga, you ain't building. You just want to show motherfuckers that you smart. Because if you building, you're not going to get mad at your people. You're not going to talk down on them. You're not going to overtalk them. Malcolm said, by any means necessary. So for me with the God Box, I had to create something that was jamming, something that was dope. We made it the #1 on iTunes. I created something that you can get on davidbanner.com. I created an actual God Box where I put the first book, which is From the Broader File by Anthony Broader. I put that book in there. I put a DVD about history. I put a DVD about money. I put clothes. I put everything that I could in there to assist the CD.
Facts.
So it may be something that you learn that we are visual people. We need to see it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Touch and feel it.
So right. So what happens is, bro, if you remember when positive music was trendy, it was because the Nation of Islam was out on the streets. You know what I'm saying? The Nuwapians were out on the street.
Hebrew
you had
Israelites
all of these people,
all of them.
right here, Hebrew Israelites. They were on the corner teaching the people. And the problem is they want artists to affect the culture, when in actuality, it's supposed to be the culture affecting the artist. If you look at it, when black people were the brokest, is when the music was the most
truest.
honest.
Yeah, the truest.
Right.
The truest.
So what happens is
You're
now
speaking
we're
through
selling
pain.
stories. I'm gonna tell y'all something that was crazy. There was a group of people from the Congo in Africa who wanted me to come over and help them with some of the stuff that was going on in Africa. And the dude said something that was so powerful that I never thought about. He said the reason why a lot of people in Africa are not sensitive to what's going on to black people in America is because all of the rappers are balling. So when they hear somebody talking on TV or on the news, it don't seem real to them because they think every black person is balling, because in our music, every black person is balling. It ain't too many people talking about the pain and the struggle.
Right.
Everybody say they 100. Everybody say they 100. I don't give a fuck who you are. You love your daughter. Give me one song about her. If you trapping, you ain't trapping every day. You love your mama. If you 100, give me one song about that. You feel me?
That's real shit.
Yeah.
So it took me 6 years. It took me 6 years to make something that was jamming, that people could relate to. And I know it's something that I got to walk out, and I don't mind doing that. But we've already, bro, those boxes I told y'all that I made, those actual God boxes, bro, I sold enough of them to recoup my album, bro. Like, bro, I sell clothes on davidbanner.com, books, whatever you need, I got it for you.
Are you still in a label situation, or is this all independent now?
Oh no, let me tell you something. This is a secret. I guess y'all got an exclusive. It's something people need to know. I think I was smart about how I did it. I actually, maybe I shouldn't say it now, but actually I had been independent 6-7 years before people knew I was.
Okay.
See, what we got to understand is psychologically, we look at ourselves like white people do. So if you say something is black, or you say that it's independent, 9 times out of 10, black folks don't think that
it's bad.
It's not good, or that it's or that it's broke. Not the fact that I get paid. Not well, most rappers get cents, like literally fractions of cents. I get $9 an album. $9.
Damn,
so,
that's crazy.
So my 9,000 or my 10,000 is equivalent to most rappers 115,000 sold.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to get.
So what I did was I kept it quiet, and all of the people who still worked in those labels, I just paid them myself.
Okay,
so
I see what you're saying.
So I was doing most of the work anyway. I always had an independent grind.
Right.
So even when I was on the label, I worked every one of my records that went really, really, really big. I worked it. I went and found the same people, independent people that the labels hired to work these records, and I got them to work my record.
Right.
That's dope.
I already had the relationships with the people at MTV and BET because I was always there for them when they needed me, and when they needed political analysts, who they called. They called me.
Yep.
So and what I did was I kept putting Universal on the sign up sheet, And I guess Universal didn't say nothing about it because they were getting the credit for it.
Right.
Like, we just gonna let them rock with it. Just let them rock with it.
He did the old school sneak in the club, dude. He did the old school sneak in the club. Oh, yeah, I'm here with Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah. I walked in the club with Jermaine Dupri 15 times anyway. So
Right, that's what I'm saying. We used to do that. That's the old school, man.
Man,
yeah, man.
Dave, man, I do appreciate you, man. I appreciate you giving us your time, man.
I got more questions.
Yeah, we got a lot of questions for you, man.
Tell. I mean, if there's anything you want to say, just go ahead and say it to the people right now.
Especially about what's about to happen next year with these politics, man.
Well, this is what I tell y'all. This is my opinion. I think that we continuously think that white people as a whole are going to get better, and they're not. There are some individuals, but like Muhammad Ali said, if 1,000 snakes are coming, 10,000 snakes are coming at me,
you ain't gonna.
And 1,000 of them snakes are right. 1,000 of them snakes are good snakes and don't want to do me harm. I'm gonna close the door. I ain't got time to differentiate. The truth is this: until we get our own, until we make God look like us, every other race of people makes their God look like them. Even though the original picture of Buddha looked like Biggie Smalls with Bantu braids, by the time it got to the Buddha now, it looked like Bruce Lee with Bantu braids. Right. They know that think about this: black people are the most religious people on this planet.
Truth.
And we're the only ones who don't think that God looked like us, and we were on this planet first. So the thing is, until we get our own religion, talking about Asian people, if you look at Asian people in America, they're not really into politics. And the reason why they don't have to be because they own their own shit.
And they govern their own communities by the community.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And which is what we used to do.
Right, until integration. And that's a whole nother, I'll have to come back for that one.
Yeah.
But I do want to say something, man. And, bro, I'm going to have to when I come to L.A., I'm going to have to meet you. But, Trey, I wanted to tell you this, man.
You know me from the barbershop, Dave. I work in there, too. It's Dice.
Oh, okay, then. All right, then. I didn't know, bro. So, my point is this about all of y'all. The reason why I agreed to do the show so quickly is because all of y'all, we know where we come from and what we do, and in some cases still do. And for y'all to pick yourself up and want to do better, man, and try new things. I've been watching the videos, man. They're funny as shit. They're creative. Y'all created y'all own brand, bro. And in so many cases, Puffy said this, I never forget, everybody has 24 hours in the day. Mm-hmm. So it's the decisions that you make, bro. And I'm really, really proud of y'all, man. So when you had asked me to do the podcast, I thought about how black folks always say, we got each other, we got each other, we got each other. And we never, ever come through.
Right, I appreciate that.
So I wanted to be one of the people, man. I know that people follow me as far as my commentary. And, some of these shows I found out, bro, that it's one person in particular. I got more views than anybody has ever had on their show, period. So if I can take that and give it to people that I care about, that look like me, that could possibly keep us from doing some of the shit that we used to do, bro, I'm honored to be able to help y'all, man. And I hope in some way, man, me being a part of this can help y'all and y'all children's life in any way, bro.
Man, we appreciate that, Dave. We appreciate it. You real with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that, fam.
Y'all, I'm going to have to duck out, man.
Yes,
I love
sir.
y'all, and I appreciate y'all, man.
Love you too,
Thanks
man.
For coming
Thanks
through.
a lot, man.
Barbershop talk like this.
Peace.
All right.
Yo, that was dope. Yeah, man, because Dave is real, man. Because when I asked him, I ran into him in the shop the other day. I said, hey, Dave, I said, man, will you be on a podcast? He's like, no doubt. And I was like, so he's like, what's it about? So I pulled up one of our shows and I started playing. He's like, hey, man, he said, you didn't even have to play me no sample, man. He said, I agreed to do it just because it's you. You know what I'm saying? So I
That's
didn't even
dope.
really. I said, man, I appreciate it. So yeah, for real, man, he's definitely one of the realest cats I've ever met in this industry, dog.
And they're probably one of the best interviews we've had on here.
Yeah, for sure.
We was all kind of quiet and everything. We paid attention.
I told Dice, you wasn't here yet. I told Dice, I said, Dice, let him talk.
Yeah.
Don't be
Good
jumping
job,
in and cut him off. I
Good
appreciate
job,
that,
Dice.
dog. You heard that?
Good job,
He wanted
Dice.
to a couple times. He's like,
Shit, we made it 33 minutes without a fucking argument, Paul. We broke a record today, nigga.
Well, we had to.
And
Honestly, I think that's it for that episode.
No, nigga, we got other things to talk about in this episode. First of all, today is my anniversary.
Happy
I
anniversary,
want to say
Trey.
happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary,
to my beautiful
Rosa.
wife, Miss Rosa Smith. Thank you for holding me down. You know, all the crazy shit we go through. You know what I'm saying? I just love you. I appreciate you, and just we're gonna keep it rocking.
And
Hopefully,
I say
many,
as
many
a
more
friend of
years to
y'all,
come.
as a friend of y'all's, I appreciate y'all relationship, and I tell Trey this shit over and over and over again throughout the years. I greatly appreciate watching positive, good love happen, even through the struggles, the ups and downs, and all of that shit. These niggas fight and they keep their shit together and they raising their kids right. Beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, plus y'all like Ozzy and Ruby D. Now y'all been together for about 70 years, right?
Man, it's 14 years, man. 14 years married. 14 years married. We've been together all together about 17 years, I think.
Yeah, y'all old.
Yeah, you know.
Y'all some old people, man.
So we've been riding for a while. Anyway, we just came back from Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah, you look kind of darker.
Hey, I feel
He
refreshed.
got dark as shit.
Man,
His face
I'm
almost
partied
matches
over there.
lips.
That's all right though. That's all right though. Yes, indeed. Hey, nigga, it was wild over there though. We had a great time, nigga. I was on some ATVs.
Oh,
You
snap.
know what I'm saying?
Y'all go ziplining?
Nah, I don't do no fucking zip line, nigga.
He like, nigga, that shit just so happened to fucking break, nigga. It's a
Right,
wrap.
nigga,
It's
listen,
over.
nigga, I don't like heights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all
We
looking forward
did
to
jet
anything?
skis.
Go ahead.
Nigga, I know this nigga's gonna cut my shit off. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about my
man,
vacation.
you ain't David Banner.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess not.
ain't
You know what I'm
David
saying?
Banner, nigga.
You want the argument, Paul? Guess what? Mark the time down because I'm about to go off on this mother.
35 minutes. No, 43 minutes.
Anyway, so yeah, we did some ATVs, man. We had some pool parties and shit. Oh, check
So
this
it's
out.
just you and Rosa, or it's you and the whole family?
Nah, it was.
No, it's me and Rosa and then my man and his wife.
Okay.
So check this out. So one night we was coming back. We went out on the town to have dinner and shit. And as soon as we step out the cab, bling, we hear this glass. And we know it's a bar like right there. It's like, oh shit, these motherfuckers.
I
they
seen
turning
that
up.
shit. I seen that video.
Nigga, I'm thinking they over there having a great time. Come around the corner, it's this big old white dude. This nigga like this, he squared up with these little Mexican guys. I said, are these niggas playing? Right when I said that nigga said, bam, he hit one of them. Boom, he hit the other one. Dude, the second dude he hit, he went back. And when he fell, he hit his head on the corner of the bar.
Ooh,
Nigga, like
shit.
that shit was stone. He leaking blood everywhere. You know what I'm saying? One of the dudes picked dude up, they slammed him down. I don't know. Hey, you know how white boys are when they get drunk, nigga. That nigga was probably on some yay. And
He kept getting up and coming back.
Boy, that nigga got up. He smacked one of their chicks.
Oh,
Nigga,
hell
listen,
no.
hold on.
Damn.
Dude was still on the ground. I was leaking, right? This nigga put both hands on the bar, nigga. This nigga jumped up and Donkey Kong stopped this nigga. I was like, oh, shit. This nigga's going crazy. So this nigga take off to the room and shit. They gather old boy up, you know what I'm saying? As he's bleeding, this nigga getting madder and madder. So the security grabbed the white dude. They took his ass up to the front. Mexican dude seen that nigga. They take off to the front. Nigga, I got all that shit on video.
I seen that shit. That
you
shit was
serious?
funny as hell.
Nigga. One of his homeboys.
You
nigga,
followed the
bang,
fight.
hell yeah. Nigga,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
nigga,
Yo, I heard people over there talking about World Star.
this old white lady, nigga, she had to be about 50. Nigga came up beside me talking about World Star. World Star. Nigga, I was cracking the fuck up. Nigga, but they binked him, boom. He fell, that one called him, boy. His knees got weak. Nigga, somebody grabbed him from the back. They pulled him over
I
the
see
counter.
it.
All this
Over
is
the
in the
fucking
front
counter,
lobby, nigga.
Wow.
You know, Mexican people calling police there. Nigga, they picked up the vase, banged this nigga in his head,
white
bro.
guy got beat up?
Hey,
After he beat them up, he got
after he
his
beat
ass
them up,
beat.
he got his ass beat.
whooped.
He deserved it. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, that shit was wild. Nigga.
Sometimes-
When he was getting drug off, when I saw in the video, he was acting like he didn't know what the fuck was going on. He was like, oh,
Nigga, hey, Rosa like, oh my God, come here. Back. I was like, man, sit down, chill, man. I'm from the hood. I know how to handle myself. Trust me, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I am straight. But yeah, that shit was live though, man. We had a great time though.
That's crazy.
Anyway, while I was gone though, I was walking through, people asked me, where you from? I'm like, LA. They was like, oh, so what you think about y'all about to get Anthony Davis? I said, yeah, I mean, if it goes through, it goes through.
Oh, no, it happened.
Nigga, that's what he said. I said, huh? What? He's like, yeah. Hey, Trey, I said, get the fuck out. Get this nigga out. I'm like, oh, shit, nigga. So over there, I found out, we about to get AD. I was kind of a little sad that they lost Lonzo. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see Lonzo build with Bron.
Right.
You know what I mean? Huh?
Yeah.
He's a bum.
Listen,
no, he wasn't.
He's
man.
not a bum.
Yeah.
He's not a
what
bum.
I think
He's not a scorer.
His father's mouth overshadowed his talent.
Exactly.
Because he did solid for
That could be it
for
too.
the first 2 years. He played well, what you would expect of a young player. But
Yeah.
because of all of the hype and
They
all
tried
of the
to
talk,
sell him
they
too
downplay
early.
him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if they would have
Yeah.
just
You know what
let
I'm
that
saying?
man develop, he'd have came in and
But
last
what
year,
you
he'd
think
been
about
good.
his
I
dad
think he'll be
talking
dope.
about the Lakers will never win another championship nowadays since they traded him?
Just like he's blowing smoke
Scoring
before he blowing
girlfriend.
smoke now.
Scoring girlfriend. That's what that sound like. That's what that sound
You know
like.
they kicked him off of ESPN forever.
I saw
Did
that
they?
when I saw it when it
Wow.
happened. I saw that. I watched that show live. I seen it when it
think?
happened.
We talked about it in the shop. What you think?
I mean, nah. I
Do you think he was trying to be blatantly disrespectful?
I
or
don't.
Do you
I
think
think he was
just-
in the moment and he was being himself in the
and
moment.
then
How
realized,
he be.
I think he realized.
I just think he ignorant as
realized when
hell.
he said it.
Right
he's
when
like,
it happened. Yeah.
I wasn't. Hey, yeah, wrong. But fuck it. I mean, it is what it is.
I think he.
And he'll never apologize for it, so he'll never be back on it.
Yeah.
I mean, just because that's just how he
I don't
is.
think he cares though.
I don't think he cares either.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Fuck
think he cares
ESPN.
either.
You
We
know,
supposed
and
to
you know
see
what I
his
said I
son
would do?
down at the
Honestly,
Drew League
you know what I
today.
said I would do? If I worked for Fox, I would get that nigga his own show. Nigga, just to shit on ESPN and
shit
steal
on
some
ESPN.
ratings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
everybody would tune in just because of that.
The first 3 shows.
Nah,
Yeah, he
nigga,
talk- he
first,
talk
that,
too
hold
much
on.
shit.
That nigga, he talks so much shit. You would you have to remember, people love to hate.
Yeah.
So
And-
if
and
like
we
the
love
more
to- and we
shit, the
love
more
cash
listen,
shit
the
for
more
talking.
dumb shit he would say, the more viewers would tune in because they hate this nigga. I hate him, but I gotta listen to him. You know what I'm saying?
True. Stephen A. Smith.
Exactly. So if I worked at Fox, get that nigga his own sports show, and Fox don't love nothing more than to show an ignorant nigga.
Yeah, nah, I know that.
Yeah.
Skip,
Come on,
They be winning all the way around.
Yeah,
Come on,
that motherfucker.
nigga, I like Shannon.
Shannon is hilarious to me,
but
dude.
Shannon, see, I don't
And he
think,
be right a lot of times.
I don't
He
think
be-
Shannon
they be
is selling
spot
out. I
on.
think Shannon is being Shannon.
Yeah,
I think
you know,
he's funny.
he
Hey,
drink
dog,
his
he's
Hennessy
hilarious.
and smoke his
Smoke
Black
weed.
and Miles,
Hey,
nigga.
dog, and smoke
I think
trees.
that's
He
what
got
he
his
do.
backwoods
That's what
over
he
there.
do.
He be
That's
telling
what he
Snoop,
do.
bring him some green.
That's
Right.
what he do.
Hey,
And
shit.
he's retired and it's legal. He
It's
said
legal,
it
yeah.
on the show. Hey, I'm retired. It's legal. Come on, Skip.
That don't take away my knowledge, motherfucker.
Come on,
Man.
Skip.
What else? Let me see. Oh, I went to see the new Chucky the other day.
How was it?
It was pretty good. I
heard it's a whole different story.
Yeah,
is.
it ain't the first story because it ain't the voodoo.
You have to remember, it's up to date.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
now
Chucky,
he's a programmed
Chucky
dog.
Chucky's programmed. He's Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? They can call you an Uber and all kind of shit.
Are you? They can call you an Uber and
All
everything.
kind of shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I want to go see Shaft. I want to go see
I want to
that.
go see Shaft too. There's a lot of movies I missed last weekend because I went on vacation. So
What else
hopefully
came
I get
out?
around
Mom
to Shaft.
came out.
That shit was- that shit was crazy.
That shit was dumb.
It
I
was
just ain't
dumb.
like the way it
I was
ended.
highly disappointed. I didn't like none of it. I was highly disappointed.
Yeah, I heard.
They showed the best part of every of the entire movie
In the commercial.
In the commercial.
Exactly. They got you in there.
I was told.
The
I was
new
totally.
Star Wars preview came out. Y'all see that?
I'm not a Star. I'm not a Trekkie.
I'm looking forward to Joker.
I think it's gonna be booty. I think it's gonna be trash.
Yeah. One, they ain't even got the right dude playing Joker. But yeah, it don't look
the
like
looks
it's
of
gonna-
the
yeah.
story looks dumb.
I just hope that they're not showing you everything in the trailer.
I
hope
think
it
it's
really
gonna, I
gets
think it's
bad.
gonna be 2 thumbs down. Tell you the truth. You know what I'm
That'll
saying?
be 4 thumbs down because I'll join you with the other 2.
Well, it might be 6. I don't know.
That's
Shit,
6
nigga.
thumbs
Yeah,
down
yeah,
to
yeah.
the Joker right there.
Already before
I
you
wish I
came
had 4 hands.
Did you take Domingo to see Toy Story?
He don't want to see it.
What?
Yeah,
Domingo
he's
watch
not.
grown-up movies,
Listen,
He's
man.
not, he's not even talking about it. Like,
My kid said that my son said to me, he's like, Dad, that's for kids. I'm like, no, it really ain't. Like Toy Story, Nowadays, that shit be like
We
funny.
grew up on that shit.
I
You
know,
know what
we
I
didn't
mean?
grow up,
Crazy.
nigga. We was grown when the first Toy Story.
Most of them
I moved to
movies got
California when the
adult
first
humor.
Toy
Yeah,
Story
well,
came
my
out.
daughter, she grew up on it,
there
so
you go.
you know what I mean. So she wanted to see that
My
shit.
son's
But
first
Domingo,
words
like,
was
he ain't even
buzz.
talking about that shit.
Nope.
That nigga talking about Fortnite, nigga. Like, that's it.
He just want to shoot.
Nice
He's
job.
excited about Spider-Man getting ready to come out.
That looks like it.
Yeah, I already got my tickets for that.
That looks like
got
it
your
might be
tickets?
dope.
Not yet. I'm gonna
Did
get him this
anybody
week.
see
No, you're not. They're gonna be sold out, bro.
the Phoenix joint? The
I saw
X-Men
it.
joint?
Yeah, I watched it.
Is
I
it
saw it.
good? I
It
heard it
was
was
dope.
trash.
I liked
Somebody
it.
told me it was trash.
No, I like that. It was different.
I
It's way
saw it when
it's
I was
way
tired.
different than what you seen in the trailer.
Okay.
I saw probably like 3/4 of it, and I passed out. I couldn't.
So Trey says thumbs down. Dice.
No,
says
I didn't say.
thumbs
I
up.
didn't say
thumbs
thumbs down. You know, from what I saw of it, it was good.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I just went to see it at the time. I was really fucking tired. Nigga.
I'm
It was
looking
like,
forward
It
to
was
that.
like the 11:30 show, nigga. I'm in that motherfucker. Nigga.
I'm looking
Shit was
forward
blowing
to.
up. I'm like,
I'm looking forward to that Nipsey tribute on the BET Awards tonight.
I ain't
I
watching
want
that
to see.
shit.
I want to see what
I
Khaled.
could appreciate
what Khaled gonna bring
the
for that.
tribute, but I ain't watching the BET Awards, bro.
why?
Yeah.
What you got against the BET Awards?
It just usually be some.
See,
Nonsense.
didn't we just talk about this with Dave?
We just
How
talked about it.
niggas don't want to support niggas because
I
they
go-
got you
first of all-
thinking that
first of
our
all-
shit is trash.
Well,
First
See,
of all-
BET
you
is
said-
owned by
First of all,
MTV.
first
I
of
mean,
all,
yeah,
first of
BET is the-
all, I work with them dudes. I'll go do music videos with them dudes, but we all know the production value on BET's awards over the last few years has been trash. We can act
Because-
like
You know
we
why?
can support
You know
for
why it
support,
gets
but
trash?
it's been trash.
Because niggas stop watching it, so their budget is going down.
Is that why?
I mean, hey,
Is that actually
I'm
why?
telling you, that. It makes sense, don't it? You like,
I
ah,
do
you
fuck
like,
with
it
old
got
girl.
me.
I do fuck with old girl that runs BET over there now, and I
Just watch
you
it.
know.
Even if you don't do nothing but set your thing to record it, man. You know what I'm
To
saying?
be honest with you, if I'm at the studio, I don't even have BET unless I pull up that, but that's working. So, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
have somebody pull it up, man.
Yeah.
And stream it, you know what I'm saying? Do something so we can support BET, so we can keep having
I'm pro
black
to Nips.
events.
And Mary gonna get her Lifetime Achievement Award, and
I don't even know what's going on in the BET Awards.
Mary gonna get a Lifetime Achievement
Kayla,
Award.
Marseille
Tyler
Martin.
Perry gonna
Marseille
get
Martin
something.
is I think she's presenting an award tonight.
Who?
Is she?
Marseille Martin.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, that's
dope.
what's up.
Yeah,
That's
so,
what's up. That's
yeah.
what's up. Regina Hall is hosting it.
Yeah.
And,
I heard she got like some like, she got like a dope old school dance intro that she's gonna do.
She gonna try to top Monique. Cause
Oh,
y'all remember
man, I don't
Monique?
know.
Monique killed it when she did it.
Monique killed it.
Monique
She had
killed
the,
it.
she
Oh,
had
yeah,
the big
yeah,
girls
yeah,
up
Yeah,
there.
she
with
had
her,
the
boy.
big girls up there doing
He's
Beyonce.
like,
It
"Watch
looked
out
like
for
a
the big
whole lot
girl.
of baked chicken
Watch
on
out for the
stage,
big
dog.
What else been popping?
I just want to say back to the NBA with that whole team that the Lakers sent to New Orleans. That Pelican squad, low key, got a dope young squad. They got a dope young squad. They gonna
But
be
they
throwing
still on the
them-
West though, so it's
But they still gonna
they
be
built for the
dangerous for young.
Yeah, they
In
built for
5
the
years,
future.
they gonna be good. If they re-sign them boys, they
But
gonna
the
be
money,
throwing
They
alley
gonna have
oops.
the money for all them niggas.
They gonna
though.
have money. That's what I'm
They
saying.
ain't gonna have the money for all them niggas. If all them
Who else
niggas
they
get to
got?
be dope, nigga, they ain't gonna have money for all them niggas.
They gonna have money enough to pay
What's
at least 3 of them.
So KD, is he stuck with the Golden State Warriors?
I think he coming to New York.
New York who?
Knicks.
What? Nigga. And you want him to come to New York?
He gonna be off for a year, but yeah, I do. We got 70 million now.
So on
You want to
Friday,
get this nigga a
on
max
Friday,
contract?
on
him
Friday,
and Kyrie.
on Friday
Kyrie's
for
not
the BET
coming.
Awards, for the my only participation in any BET event, I did the.
We saw
Feeding
you
the
on
Homeless.
TV.
I did the hump. No, you didn't.
Yeah, you was on the news
Shut up.
cooking. I swear to God.
Yeah, I was cooking.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know I was on the news. I did not know I made the news. I was cooking next to Charles Oakley though. That's why I brought it, because you talk about the
Yeah,
Knicks.
yeah.
Nah, dog. And like Oak said, until y'all do right by Pat and Oak, nigga, they cursed, dog. Ain't gonna be no Knicks.
Nigga,
KD
Pat missed the
and
fucking layup.
Who?
Pat Ewing, nigga, he missed
Why?
the layup.
Wait. Why did Pat miss the layup? Because Pat had bum knees for 10 years of service to y'all sorry ass Knicks. That's
Whatever.
why he missed that layup.
We shall
Even
see.
your coach said all them years of service had took the toll on his knees and he couldn't rise to dunk no more. He had to go for a layup. His coach said that, Negro.
We shall see.
We shall see. As Patrick Ewing is standing over the garden in Jamaica, said, "Until una do right by we, una can't have nothing." That's what he's saying right now. Nothing for the Knicks. No KD, no none of that. Now Brooklyn. Now I don't know. That might be Brooklyn might be the new. You ain't even from New York. I'm about to say y'all city, but you not even from New York. You a Jersey dude.
Yeah, but I like the Knicks.
You should like the Nets just by default because they played from your city.
I never liked the Nets. I mean, I like John Starks and Patrick Ewing back in the day. You know what I mean? That's why I started liking
And then
them
you
niggas.
gonna have the nerve to say you like Patrick Ewing, but he blew the layup, and you ain't gonna give no credit to the poor man's knees.
No, you said until they do right by Pat and
Yeah.
Charles. Know what I mean? I said that nigga
Yeah.
shouldn't have missed the motherfucking layup.
Dog, did y'all go to the finals? Did y'all go 7 games with Akeem Olajuwon under Patrick Ewing? And you know who the other person that you just named? John Starks. You ain't say nothing about him going 1 for 21 in that 7th game,
I
did
mean,
you?
I forgot about that.
And see,
nigga.
I don't forget shit about NBA basketball. That wasn't Pat. That was Starks that blew that. That was Starks.
I just said it was because of him and Pat is the reason why I started liking him.
Till y'all do right by Pat, ain't shit happening in New York. Nigga.
Whatever, man.
Not for the Knicks. KD, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man, but it's definitely been a good show. We like to thank David Banner for coming on to the show.
Yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir. I was just texting with him right now. He was saying, was everything good? I told him everything was great.
Tell him we said,
Yeah. We really appreciate him coming on the show, man. I told him I'm sending him a link, too, when we drop it.
We got to get him back, man. Tell him when he
sure.
come back, we got to get him for the full hour. This little 30 minutes joint, we didn't even really get to scratch the surface.
We
for
actually
good old
got 40, we
days.
actually got 40 minutes.
Yeah,
out, so
and I appreciate
cool.
that, too.
That was
But we
cool.
ain't even really get that. He one of them dudes, we got to do the full 2 hours with him.
Yeah, if
For
you got-
real.
Well, if you got time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we just take what we can get. But
This has been another episode of Barbershop Talk Like This. I'm your host, Trey the Barber,
and this your other host, Dice the Barber.
Kush down here as always.
and we out this bitch.
Bass.
Peace.
DJ
That was
the
a great
original.
episode. Great fucking